of a session on dividend yields. So a dividend yield is a financial ratio and it shows how much a business pays out annually in its dividends relative to its share price, its current share price. The formula therefore makes sense that the dividend yield expressed as a percentage is at the top the yearly dividends that are paid per share divided by the current share price times by 100 expressed as a percentage. An example of that. So you've got a company that pays £2 per share annually, yearly in dividends, and the current share price, well, that is £40. So just plug the numbers in. 2 divided by 40 times by 100 gives you a dividend yield of 5%. Now, key features here is that naturally your first impression will be the higher the dividend yield, the higher that number there that spat out the formula, well, that would indicate you're getting more of a generous return on income for shareholders. But it's worth noting that the higher the dividend yield will possibly mean, because it becomes more attractive, a higher demand for shares. And a higher demand for shares might make the share price increase. And if the share price increase from, for example, £40 per share to £50 per share, well then the new dividend yield in the future would be, assuming at the same dividends that are paid per year, £2, 2 divided by 50 times by 100 is 4%. So it actually meant over time the dividend yield has fallen. So it's likely that the higher the demand for shares might mean that you get a lower dividend yield. Now, the second key feature is you should be aware of unusually high dividend yields. Unusually high dividend yields might be because there are company issues that exist. If there's company issues, maybe it's lower profits, it could be the industry overall that the business operates within is declining, maybe you have very high debt loads, so high gearing ratios, maybe most of the profits is actually just being paid out as dividends, suggesting not much is being paid out in investment in the business for the long term. All of those might signal less demand for shares, and less demand for shares will mean less of a share price, and if your share price is falling from say 40 to 30 and you've still got the same dividend that's being paid per year, 2 divided by 30 times by 100, yes, the dividend yield is higher, but that's not necessarily a good thing because you've got all this stuff that there was a reason for it. So don't always assume high dividend yield is a great thing. Ultimately, your dividend yield is only as good as the company that is behind it. So you're watching out for these key flags here. Hope that helps. See you at the next sesh.